And now we have a special guest in studio for a ginormous event that's taking place Sunday at Municipal Auditorium. It is TNA Wrestling Lockdown 2012. Let's welcome into the studio professional wrestler James Storm. James, good morning.
Oh, that's the intro right there. I just shot a music video with Montgomery Gentry to this song right
Did you
here.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, down in Columbia, Tennessee.
Well, welcome in. Fascinating that you were a local guy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody realizes that I am a local guy until they hear me talk. They're like, yeah, he's
I got to tell you, man, I just told you, they've tried to kill professional wrestling so many times, it keeps coming back stronger and stronger and stronger. You travel the country, you see it firsthand.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we travel all over the world with TNA Wrestling, and like I said, I think it's something that just appeals to kids. You know, they love seeing these larger-than-life characters, you know, and also women. They love, you know, seeing guys run around in underwear, I guess.
Yeah. James, you are a product of Franklin High School in Williamson County. My sister also is a product of Franklin High School. You also received a basketball scholarship to Austin Peay?
Yeah, to Austin
Shut your
Peay.
mouth.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
You look at me, you're like, he can't ball, but that's a good thing that works for me, you know. When that movie White Men Can't Jump came out, I'm like, no, you're killing me. You're killing my stint right there. So.
What was your game? Were you in the blocks game? You got a nice jumper? What was it?
No, yeah, I played point guard. I'm a pretty good three-shooter.
Nice,
I mean, but I go in the paint too. So
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
It's a distributor.
That's it. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, you see a white guy with long hair, you're like, he can't play basketball. But I picked the perfect career because you don't see too many white guys in the NBA 6 foot tall. I said, I don't think I'm gonna do this wrestling.
But you know what? I'd love to see you right now in the NBA running point looking like you do now.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, that's true. They're about 6'3", but they're only about 100 pounds.
That's right. You can just take over the middle here.
I told you this before we went on the air, James. We had Eric Young in on Friday on the show. And I know this is radio, but if you follow TNA Wrestling, anybody listening to this knows what I'm talking about. You guys have the best beards in the world, man. I'm extremely jealous. Forget the wearing your underwear, drinking beer, and wrestling. You have the best beards in the world. How is that?
I think you guys should have some kind of beard competition where you win a trophy or something.
We can't grow hair in here, James.
Well, you know what we're doing? James, let us tell you what we're doing. When the hockey team, the Predators, go to the playoffs, we shave our face, and it's called the playoff beard. You just keep growing a beard until the team is eliminated from the playoffs. We all shaved in here. Brad can't grow one. Darren kind of can. I can't. I want to grow a beard like that. That's the perfect beard.
Now, what do we need to do?
That is the perfect beard.
I don't know, man. I use, give a little shout out, Tell and Mane at Walmart for my hair and stuff, so I think it trickles down to my beard. You're supposed to use it for horses.
we're a little bit older than you here in the first quarter, but I kind of wanted to know what your motivation was. What was it that inspired you to be, a wrestler? Obviously, you had a background in some basketball. You're an athlete from Franklin, but for the most part, how did you end up becoming a wrestler?
Is this something, I grew up watching with my dad, and I always wanted to do it. My dad passed away when I was very young, and it was just a dream that I wanted to accomplish because, something for me and him.
Right,
And then I started doing it, and then it's one of those things people said I couldn't do it because, at the time I was too small, and I just wanted to prove them people wrong too. So I actually broke my shoulder training to wrestle. So I lost my scholarship, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to keep wrestling.
And look at you now. All right, right
you did
now.
a big knock and didn't tap, didn't you?
That's it.
Are you still the Cowboy?
Yeah, I am still the Cowboy.
The Cowboy, James Storm from TNA, joining us here in the Wendy's first quarter. And we've been talking to him about, obviously, some of his great exploits. I wanted to kind of get some comparison and contrast from you. Obviously, everybody knows who Brock Lesnar is.
Yeah.
And we saw him compete in the MMA circuit, and now he falls back into, the WWE, TNA type wrestling and whatnot. And just talk about, how these two sports kind of coinciding with one another have, kind of come up through the years and whatnot. Like we just talked about, we've seen, Brock compete in both sides and whatnot. And what does that say for a guy that has done it on the side of the MMA and then trying to come back and restart his career on the WWE side?
He has a lot to look forward to again. I mean, he's even said in interviews how wrestling is really hard because just the schedule that they have to do. MMA you fight maybe 2 times a year or something. Wrestling you're on the road.
Right.
Like I said, 290 days a year.
Holy cow.
That's the hard part. I mean, I think the wrestling part's gotten easy for me. It's just the traveling part that's the hard part. Sitting in airports and on planes and rental cars you know, back to the hotel, then up at 4 o'clock in the morning to come and hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
I bet you know all the soaps in the hotel, don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Let me ask you this, James. What is one city that loves wrestling that we'd be shocked to go? Or you guys go and they turn out in massive numbers?
I would actually say Philadelphia. You know, I heard, you know, them throwing snowballs at Santa Claus and stuff.
Yeah.
But every time we go to Philadelphia, they just pack the place.
Oh, that's got to be cool.
We'll have
as well.
Dominic Rogers-Cromartie in studio the next hour, who plays for the Eagles.
So we'll ask him there as well. All right, you wrestled with Hulk Hogan, Sting, Ric Flair, and those guys. Growing up, like Darren's talking about, I don't care. All guys watch wrestling. We all did. If you said you didn't, you lied. We all watch it. But seeing Hulk Hogan, how cool is that meeting for the first time? Because he is, when I think of wrestling, I think of Hulk Hogan. He is the legend.
It was actually very cool because I used to be part of WCW back in the day, and I actually have a picture of him leg dropping me from WCW back when I was on a developmental contract. And so when I
Leg dropping.
yeah, so you know, right after he got done leg dropping me, and the night was over, we was going back to the hotel. I told him that he would see me again, and when he came to TNA, I kind of reminded him of it. He goes, I didn't know that was you. I said, I didn't either. If you'd have seen me, I had short hair, clean shaved.
Oh, he's huge. I mean, I've seen him in person. He's a monster. He's a big man.
He's one of those guys. He's bigger than life. He's one of the most recognizable guys in the world. And we was at the airport probably about 6 months ago, and they stuck him on one of those carts that beep. It goes beep, beep, beep.
Oh, wait.
Through the airport. How are you going to stick Hulk Hogan on one of those loud noises? And everybody just turns and like just runs to the gate where he's going at to try to get autographs. I'm like, you can't stick Hulk Hogan on one of those things.
Has there ever been a wrestler that's given you that awe factor, one where you just kind of saw your mouth just hitting the floor when you were in the ring with him?
You know, no. As a kid, it was definitely Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. Those were two of my favorite wrestlers growing up. You know, but I grew up here in Nashville, going to the USWA at the fairgrounds and stuff with, you know, Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, the Moondogs, all those guys. So.
Wow.
That is so cool. We'll take our first break now. We gave away